Birds have never stopped flying due to COVID-19, and now a popular spot in New York State is open to the public once again.
Yeah, it's the Montezuma Audubon Center and Wetlands Complex. And Center Director Chris Lejeski joins us now with what you need to know. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Thanks so much for being here. So tell us about this center and complex, what makes it unique, what people can find there.
The Montezuma Wetlands Complex is a 50,000-acre unique mosaic of habitats right here in the northern Finger Lakes region. Just to put that into perspective, that's about 4 times the size of the city of Syracuse.
Whoa.
And it's the size of the complex, the mosaic of habitats, that brings about 300 species of birds here throughout the year. And this time of year, we have countless birds breeding here, raising their young and preparing them for the upcoming fall migrations, and including bald eagles and so many other birds. And the Audubon Center helps connect people to this amazing natural resource through our guided pedaling tours, driving tours, and bird watching hikes.
You know, Chris, let's talk about some of the animals and the birds that you mentioned, because up until July 1st, everything was closed and people weren't really able to explore as usual. So what's it been like, you know, to see people back on the trails, and what's it been like for the birds?
The birds have been doing what birds have done for millennia. They migrated in the spring, they're raising their young now during the summer months, and they will continue to do what birds do. They will migrate in the fall. They are not impacted by this COVID-19 virus. So people, yes, may have been sheltering in place, but even though they were sheltering in place, birds continued what they were doing. So now that we are open here on Route 89 in Savannah at the Montezuma Audubon Center, which is separate from the Montezuma National Wildlife Refuge down on Routes 5 and 20, that facility continues to remain closed for the foreseeable future. But the Audubon Center is open. We have a lot of indoor exhibits. Very comfortable air conditioning flowing in here right now, so people can enjoy our live reptiles and amphibians, our waterfowl display, and our bald eagle nest display, and then venture out on our 200 acres and 2 miles of trails to see the songbirds, birds of prey, and marsh birds that we have right on the property.
Now, Chris, there's something special about birds, and I think our viewers really love them. They're called birders, right? I guess you could call them. They love taking pictures and submitting them to our page. But other than just observing them, you guys offer some educational resources too, and that brings it to a whole nother level, so you can learn about so many different species, correct?
Right. We are leading a lot of bird watching tours this summer, but all throughout the year. We typically invite scout groups, homeschools, families, adults. We lead festivals throughout the year to educate people about the significance of the Montezuma Wetlands Complex for migratory birds. Some birds migrate 3,000 to 4,000 miles, and they need resting places. Just like when we take a long trip, maybe along the thruway, we take stops. We rest, we eat, we have something to drink. Birds need the same thing. So Montezuma provides this critically important rest stop for birds. And we also employ people throughout the Central New York community to get involved in bird conservation. They can help us right here in Montezuma. They can help us at Onondaga Lake as well, where we're doing a lot of bird conservation work. But they can also help birds right in their own backyard by planting native vegetation, removing invasive plant species, and counting birds that they see in their yard.
Well, and you guys also have some great events coming up too, Chris. Tell us a little bit about some of those events.
We're so excited to start up our bird watching tours once again after a 3.5-month hiatus. This coming Friday, July 10th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're launching the Montezuma Bird Watching Tour. These tours are going to take on a different form than in the past because of COVID-19, and we're keeping everyone safe inside and outside of our Audubon Center. So folks who sign up for this event can follow the Audubon van to 4 or 5 birding hotspots. These are hotspots for birds that are off the beaten trail, people may not be familiar with. So we're going to educate people about places they can go on their own. And we're going to be highlighting the habitats that we're managing in these areas, as well as the countless birds that are here right now. And then next week, we're launching our birding and boating series. That's going to be on Wednesday, July 15th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. A casual, tranquil paddle through Montezuma. We're going to be out on canoes and kayaks, enjoying the bald eagles, osprey, great blue herons, and so many other birds. People can go to montezuma.audubon.org to see the entire schedule of events and to register online.
Fantastic.
That sounds amazing. So many amazing opportunities to learn what's right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we just want to remind you, here's a look at some of the events happening at the Audubon Center. Bird watching tours are this Friday and next Saturday, and they'll host birding and boating on the Seneca River next Wednesday night, and a Northern Montezuma bird watching tour on Thursday, July 23rd. You can find out more information and pricing, and you can also pre-register by visiting montezuma.audubon.org, or you can connect with them on social media.